Hello and welcome in. I am Greg Smith, recruiting extraordinaire for Hail Varsity, and I am joined today by a very special guest, Joshua Manning, four-star wide receiver out of Lee Summit, Missouri. Joshua, thank you so much for jumping on here, talking your recruitment with me. How are you this morning?
I'm doing good. And yourself?
I'm doing well. It's been busy. Like I always say, I'm busy, but I know for you, kind of going back and forth on visits, getting to see different schools, it has to be even crazier. But it looks like you made it home all safe and sound, so that's good to see.
Yeah.
And so, look, while you were at Nebraska yesterday for the red-white spring game, got to take that all in. I guess first things first. How many times now have you been to Nebraska?
I think that's number 3.
Okay, so I guess since you've been there a handful of times, I guess what made you want to decide to come back out for this and check out the spring game?
I like the coaches. I just like the campus. And in the direction that the program's going in. I would say, yeah.
Okay, so then what did you think overall about what you saw yesterday and kind of the atmosphere for the spring game?
It was good. There's a lot of people there, and like that means a lot, for like a spring game like that. There's still all that support there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the winning like environment, I would say.
Yeah. So what is it like then? Because I know that when they're recruiting you, they tell you about the fan support and everything like that. But what is it like to actually see it, not just for a regular game, but then to be able to see it in basically a practice? What is that like to actually see that?
Yeah. It's crazy. It's always loud. It's a great experience to be in, and just yeah.
Okay, so then did you have was it your brother that was also on a visit yesterday?
Yes.
So what was that like to have, a family member also being there on a recruiting trip, taking it all in with you?
Um, um, it's good. It's good. It means a lot to me, and he's also a pretty good ball player too. So, yeah. It means a
So
lot.
in what ways do you guys, and he's a wide out too, right? So then
Yeah.
in what ways do you guys kind of push each other to continue to elevate your games?
We don't like to skip reps and not get better, like day by day, we just love um having fun together, and yeah, and playing together. So,
Okay, now one of the big things around here, and for you specifically, because Mickey Joseph would be your potential position coach. I got to ask you about Mickey. I guess how has that relationship been with him since he came on board, and how often do you guys talk, and how is that relationship go?
it's growing. He visited my school a couple of times. We talk about like every 2 weeks. But yeah, it's growing now. We're close. So yeah.
So what is it? What do you think it is about him? Because a lot of people say that when I talk to recruits and you talk to players on the team that say that the relationship continues to grow pretty quickly with him and people are able to get close with him quickly. Why do you think that is?
Because he cares about you. Um, as a person and as a player, and he will push you to your best. Um, I would say those are the 2 reasons why. You know.
Okay, that makes sense. So I guess at this point for you, what other schools would you say are recruiting you the hardest right now?
I would say Nebraska, K-State, Iowa State, um, Iowa, Missouri. I'll say, and KU. I would say those 6 are probably recruiting me the hardest.
Okay. Have you been able to take visits to all of those this spring, or do you have plans to take visits to see more of them the rest of the spring?
Yes, I'll take visits to all, to all 6 of them, and eventually, probably by the end of the spring, I'll narrow down my list to like 5 or 7. I don't know yet.
Okay. So then speaking that 5 number though is pretty important, right? Because you can only take the
Yeah.
5, you can only take the 5
Yeah.
official visits.
Yeah.
So I guess what do you think about that? Like how are you, like, when do you think you want to start taking those official visits? Some guys like the summer, some guys like waiting to fall. Like what are your
Yeah.
thoughts about that?
Yeah. I plan to take it in the summer, but I'm in no rush, you know. It's I mean, like, it sucks telling coach no, so I'm kind of like doing that right now. But yeah, so I'm gonna have it during the summer, I hope.
Yeah, that's kind of an interesting thing though, because on one hand, like it's good to have a lot of schools after you, but on the other hand, you do
Yeah.
build those relationships, right, with a lot of different people, even if you don't end up going to that school. So how difficult is that to be able to say, you know, I appreciate you guys reaching out and everything, but I need to narrow this down. Is that a tougher thing than people realize?
Yes. Yes. It's not it's I don't know. I just feel so bad doing it, you know. I just feel like crap, but I mean, like, yeah, there can only be one, so.
Right. Got you. So I know you said you were in a real rush for setting all the officials and narrowing it down, but do you have an idea in mind of like your timeline for like a decision down the road? Like when would you like to have that done ideally?
I would like to have it done by my first game of my senior season, but I'm in no rush. So yeah.
Got you. Okay. So then I guess my last one here for you, man, I definitely appreciate you taking some time to hopping on. As you're looking at these schools and narrowing it down, what would you say are the things that you're most looking for in a future school?
Um, a good receiver coach, a good head coach, a good offense that fits me, and that I'm able to thrive in. I would say those 3 are the most important.
Got you. All right, Joshua. Hey, I definitely appreciate it. Like I said, make sure you guys are staying tuned to hailvarsity.com. Also, make sure you like and subscribe to this YouTube channel as well. We'll be back with more recruiting coverage throughout the weekend and reaction from the red-white spring game that Nebraska just had.